How did you feel at the time when you found out that the club had signed a player in exactly your position when you had had such a fantastic season?
Well, it was gut-wrenching. I remember vividly going down to the local newspaper store and picking up the paper, and there's headlines, you know, Mike Kieran's been signed to replace Chadwick, or something to that effect on the headlines. You know, it was just like a dagger going into my heart. And you know, it was very disappointing because I thought I was a supporters footballer of the year before we won promotion, and it was hard to take. But you know, that's part of football and part of the life you lead, and you just have to go on. But so I had to adapt my game a little bit, and you know, but it was disappointing.
In your final game for the Borough, you kind of handed on the baton, really, to a guy who made his debut that day, Hughie McElmoyle.
Right.
But this was September when you made that last appearance, with most of the season to come. And even though you were at the Borough until the end of that season, you never even got on the subs bench after that.
No.
I mean, what did you make of that?
Well, I was going through some personal things at that time. You know, I was building a house in Yarm, and you know, there was a lawsuit against me at that point for some things that were going on with the building development. You know, my wife had just had our son, our first son, and there was a lot of outside stuff going on, and my playing ability and confidence just weren't very good at that point. And you know, so I think that at that point I just didn't play well, and if you don't play well, you don't play.
No. Was it a bit of a disappointment when you actually came to leave Middlesbrough? How did that come about?
Well, I think I had some financial pressures on me at that time due to this lawsuit, and I think, you know, Stan and some of the staff had maybe lost a little confidence in me as a player. And you know, then I think they knew that probably the best thing was to move me on to another club. Those sort of things happen. And then, you know, I had a couple of offers. Oldham came in, and Halifax Town, and I selected Halifax Town because Alan Ball's father was the manager, and really I thought he would do us a good job. And actually, one year we were there, we ended up third in the division, in the third division. In those days, only 2 went up, but we'd had 3 go up. We would have gone to the second division. So, but I felt like it was maybe an opportunity to play and start, which I hadn't been doing for a year at Middlesbrough. So I played all the games, and then of course I got transferred to Bournemouth after that. And they were, you know, they looked like they were going to get promotion too into the second division. So again, it was an opportunity to go and play again at another level.
You were remembered by everyone who has got things to say about you from those days in the 60s, in the 70s in Middlesbrough, as a very quiet man, a very quiet, unassuming player. Ray Robertson particularly mentioned that and said that he wondered how you managed to make the transformation, because he was very surprised to see you here in the 1970s. I think you came over with John Hickton, and he was quite surprised to see this really quiet, unassuming lad turn into this full-on coach yelling at the players. Did you find that difficult, that transformation?
Well, I think when we first came over here, and I was a quiet person in England, I think I'm quiet here sometimes too, but when we came over here, you have to remember that we're trying to sell soccer to the Americans. We were out many days during the week doing what we call clinics over here. Like, you know, you're giving practices and performances, then you're speaking at Kiwanis luncheons and trying to spread the word of soccer over here. Really, that's what we were trying to do. And I think doing that, it forces you to speak and, you know, and be a little bit more affirmative, perhaps, and just go out there and work hard to be more confident, I think.
And what was the transformation like for you coming from the UK to America in terms of professional and family things?
Well, the soccer part of it, it was an unknown. I mean, you just, it was a faith that you had that something good was going to happen. At that point in my life, I was going through a very traumatic divorce, and got custody of my son. So it was an opportunity to start a new life, really, and I've been very blessed to be over here, and I've had a wonderful life here, really, to be honest.
Who did you play your 150 games for over here?
Well, I came to Dallas, Tornado, played there for 3 years, and then I was traded to the Fort Lauderdale Strikers in Florida, and played another year and a half there until I retired in '77, and then became an assistant coach with the Strikers, you know, and then went on from there with to be a head coach in the league.